Hey, welcome back. It is a terrific Tuesday, partners, and that's for sure. And when it's a terrific Tuesday, I go for all the alliteration I can get, and we make it a terrific Texas Tuesday. And it is terrific down in Texas this week because as we see our Democratic friends over there in Iowa, the Hawkeye state, bumbling, stumbling, fumbling, and creating a complete debacle in counting the caucus votes. My good friend and great friend of the show, James Dickey, joins us. He's the Republican state chairman down there in Texas. And James, we had you on last week talking about some big state legislative races which brought Bernie and Klobuchar and all these national figures in. You said to us that you thought your guys had the goods and Texas is not going blue. Give us an update on what happened there.
Yeah, absolutely. Every nationwide, almost every single Democrat presidential contender came in, endorsed Elise Markowitz, who was socialist running for that race. And Beto was on every table he could find in the district. We had Bloomberg actually, in an incredibly stilted way, tried to actually block walk some houses. Everybody was all in on it on the Democrat side from national level. And what we told people, I had folks from NPR asking me, are you bringing in national reinforcements? And we said, no, we got Texans defending Texas. And we had a really unified front where we worked with the governor's team and a bunch of other teams, and we put in the resources, and along with a candidate who worked his heart out. I tell every candidate, run like you're down 10 points all the way to the finish line. He personally block walked 150 homes every single day of that election, right up until early voting happened. And with all of that effort put in, they put in millions of dollars, every name they could find, and they took what had been an 8-point loss for them in 2018. We made sure it was a 16-point loss last Tuesday. So not only are they not going to flip the Texas House, but we are going to beat them soundly as we must.
So aside from being an Uber business guy and the chairman of the Republican State Party there in Texas, you're the founder and creator of the Keep Texas Red campaign. There's been a lot of talk out there about how, this flood of immigrants are coming in. It's becoming more Hispanic, and the Democrats keep floating out this idea that they're going to turn Texas blue. You just supersized that loss in the local race. What are the plans for the national races?
Well, so first of all, thank you for your kind words. And I love the Keep Texas Red effort. And I have been a proud supporter and promoter of that tagline, that hashtag, since the second people started using it. I never want to claim to be the first one. I was one of the first Tea Party founders, but I wasn't founder of that. I'm sensitive about that. But we have been spreading that word. We need to keep Texas red. And then we have Texans defending Texas at every level. And it's working. We were able to get over 1,700 more candidates on the ballot in Texas than the Democrats are able to get in Texas. But we are convinced that this sound win, the New York Times a week and a half ago said that race, the House District 28 race, that it was the first most important race of 2020 because it was going to signal whether Democrats could flip the Texas House or not. And we are convinced that because we beat them, and not just beat them, but beat them so soundly, we may have saved $100 million from flooding into Texas trying to flip the Texas House. And that said, we are making sure that we are not taking anything for granted. We are running the best data operation. We have the biggest staff plans we have ever had for Texas. We're going to have 250 paid staff on the Republican Party of Texas team come this June. We've never done so much so early. We're going to have double the number of full-time staff in Fort Bend County, where that House district race was, for the last 5 months of this election than we even had for this one special election where the stakes were so huge.
Tremendous.
Because that's what we're doing.
Tremendous. In our last minute here, I just want to ask you, this debacle in Iowa last night, it's almost 24 hours later. They still can't even come out with any vote totals. You guys down in Texas, I'm sure you're not using any apps that were created by Hillary Clinton's campaign team to count up your votes down there in the great state of Texas now, are you?
We are absolutely not. We have great advanced electronic systems with great election integrity efforts that we're doing. And so people should take two things away from this. Every time the Dems try to claim that all of our concerns about election integrity for the last few years have been entirely groundless, everyone should look at this. And the second thing is, these are the same people who want to take over not just our healthcare, but everything about your lives. The people who ran the Iowa caucus, is that who you want trusting with managing every American's life? Of course not. That's why we believe in a free market. That's why we believe in our great republic.
Well, James Dickey, thank you so much for all your efforts down there and all the great things you do in Texas to keep our Republican Party strong. I want to thank you also for joining us on Liquid Lunch. You're always a great get.
My pleasure, John.
Thanks, James. We're going to take a quick break. Frankie's not here, so there's no one to correct my mistakes, so I'm just going to go hog wild in the final segment right after this.